Welcome to Klarrio. A few words on where we're coming from, what we're doing, and what type of IoT that we are implementing. Klarrio in itself recently joined company, about over 70 man-years of R&D work experience, hands-on as well as operational on IoT, big data and analytics. But perhaps a couple of words on what IoT represents to Klarrio. I know it's a very overloaded terminology, everyone's talking about it, but quite often people are having different interpretations on the terminology. When we're looking at IoT, we're mainly focusing on massive ingest combined with all the necessary streaming analytics on top. And in that respect, a small anecdote perhaps, or comparison to where certain technologies are originating from, consider IoT as a social network. At the end of the day, when looking at companies like Twitter, LinkedIn, Netflix, Google, all of these guys had at some point in time the need for more disruptive, elastic as well as scalable architectures. Those two terminologies themselves also are relatively meaningless unless you combine them with one important parameter, cost. And therefore, when we as Klarrio are referring to scalable environments, it's always that combination, performance, cost, as well as stability. And in that respect, we are all leveraging technologies originating from these kind of environments. Environments, just like in any normal tweet of the world, you cannot anticipate ahead of time how often, how many people, how regular, for how long the interaction or communication is going to take place. It can become massive, but it can just as quickly reduce itself to an absolute minimum. And as such, all the architectures need to be elastic. Cloud-native environments need to shrink, but also need to be able to expand. And that is pretty much how we consider IoT. It's an ad hoc behavior of how things or data streams are being processed, and always in line with a certain level of cost in mind. Therefore, when looking also at Klarrio, there is a multidisciplinary group of people focusing on data engineering, data analytics, DevOps, Ops, everything related to a cloud agnostic, but nevertheless a cloud native and cloud public environment. We are trying to prevent everyone from growing into silos, and even though there is not one solution fits all, just like there is not one individual understanding every technology, we do believe that some form of affinity with colleagues and other types of environments are crucial. And as such, we will see, and you will see, that most of us somehow always touch different parts of the system, with everyone having really their specific core set of expertise. And so, therefore, in a nutshell, going back to what we understand IoT to be: elastic, scalable, cloud native, distributed and open source. I think that pretty much summarizes the Klarrio DNA of today, and looking forward to meeting you soon.